my name is Gabe Fleming. I'll be your student physical therapist today. So today my plan for us is to do a couple of tests, and then based on those tests we'll do some interventions or exercises based on how you perform on those tests. Do you have your consent to proceed? Alright, so for the first test we're doing today is going to be the FGA, which stands for the Functional Gait Assessment. So we're going to be walking from that cone to that cone as fast as you can, and I'll be timing, and then I'm going to be observing for any gait patterns.
Okay.
And we're going to be doing this without the walker, since one of your goals was to be able to walk in the community without using a walker, but I'll be here to help support if needed. Okay? Alright, go ahead and get stood up. Alright. And then I am ready whenever you are. Alright, let's go ahead and take a seat over here at this chair.
Over here?
Yes. Sit down. Alright, so as you can see, you finished with a 7.98, and that you had an abnormal gait pattern as well. So that would be, on the scale for the FGA, it's from a 0 to a 3. 3 is a normal gait pattern or just walking pattern, and a 0 would indicate severe impairment, and greater than 7 seconds would indicate a moderate impairment along with the abnormal gait.
Okay.
Alright, so for this next test, we're going to be using the dynamic gait index, and one of the sections is going up and down stairs. So for this, I just want you to go up the stairs as you normally would, like if you were in your house, and then come back down, okay?
Okay.
And I'll be ready.
You got him, go.
Alright, then go ahead and turn around. Alright. Alright, good. So for this, this is scored on a scale from 0 to 3. 3 would be normal, and 0 would indicate severe impairment. And since you use 2 feet on each step, that indicates a moderate, as well as using the handrail.
Okay.
So for our first intervention, since we scored moderate on the stair stepping part of the dynamic gait index, we're just going to be stepping up, just like this. Step up and then down, alright? And make sure you're stepping big to make sure you clear it so you don't trip, okay? Alright, good. And then back down.
Which step down was?
Whichever one you want. Alright, up, down. Alright, make a big step. Alright, and then back down. Perfect. And for our next session, a regression we can do. If that seemed a little bit too hard, we can just do some toe taps, just making sure we clear it. Or if that was too easy, we can either increase the height of which we're stepping, or we can step up and over.
Okay.
Alright, so for our next intervention, what we're going to do is, this will help with your community ambulation, as it'll help with walking at better step length, which will improve speed. So for this, we're just going to step, and we're going to try to have our heel touch at each cone. So we're going to step all the way out here, and take big steps, okay?
Okay.
So whenever you're ready. You have to transfer to this side. Perfect. Alright. One more. Good. And one more. Alright, good. Alright, I'll turn around. So, then we'll go back. Good. Take 3 steps.
Oh, you teach that.
Perfect. And then we'll turn around again. So for this, for a progression, we could add a metronome, which would increase step length and speed at the same time. And a regression is, we can just go over to the second cone, and then we can step forward, and weight shift forward, and then step backwards, and weight shift backwards. Alright, so for our next intervention, we're going to work on reaching outside of our basic support and grabbing stuff, just like you would at a grocery store, to help improve your community participation. participation. And this is going to be working on balance. So we're just going to have you reach and grab these pins for me and place them on the counter. Very good. Good. Go ahead and reach for that second row.
Bring that leg towards my leg.
That one too?
Yes. I'm going to try the best we can. I'm here. Very good. And a regression for this, if that was too hard, is we can keep it within our base of support. So just reaching for stuff like on the counter right there, or even at lower shelves. And a progression is we get to actually turn sideways, and then you could reach for it with your left hand all the way over here, outside your base of support, or we can add a compliant surface. Alright, so for our last intervention, we're going to work on turning. This will help with your community participation as well as improving your angulation speed. So for this, we're just going to walk to the cones and then turn. Make a turn at each cone, okay? This will prevent freezing. Alright. Ready when you are. Alright, and turn. Good. Very good. Just keep working on this. A regression for this can make it a more circular pattern. So if this feels like it's too hard right now, we can decrease the turn radius that you need to make.
Okay, yeah. A little difficult. But if it was starting to get easy though.
It's starting to get easy. We can take this over into the room over here and we can work on changing surfaces of the floor. So instead of being tile only, we can work on going from tile to carpet and just different types of surfaces that typically cause a freezing of gait.
Okay, thank you.
All right, that was a good session today. So next session, we're gonna just continue to work on these types of interventions and exercises that we did today. This will help you with your goals of walking in the community without using a walker, and we can progress or regress depending on how the session went for you and what you thought. And yeah, do you have any questions for me?
No, it was a good session. Thank you.
Thank you.